You are listening to the Pacers Report with Mike Rich every Monday on the Central Indiana Sports Report.
Pippen challenging. He's going to have to get it in. He's having trouble. Gets it to Reggie for three.
He's in the lane. He nearly lost it. He backs up and unloads a three. Oh! That did not happen! It hit the back of the rim. It popped high into the air. And it dropped gently through the net.
In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana.
Welcome back, Pacers fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for this week's Pacers Report with Mike Rich. And we are joined today by a first-timer, my college roommate, Matt Powell, to join us. And Matt and I were friends in college because we shared a love for the Pacers. Also loved watching Purdue beat IU together with him. And he's also an IU fan. I think Purdue went 8-0 during our 4 years in college against IU, Matt. That was fun. And I think we watched all of them together. So grew up watching Pacers with both Mike and Matt, and here we are to talk about it. And we had a topic in mind, but I think it changed a little today. Mike, it didn't look good for Johnny Furphy.
No, it didn't look good at all. Just the way he went down and the way he grabbed that right knee looks like probably pretty serious, probably season-ending injury.
Yeah,
I hope not, but he heard something when he went down. The way he, hit his fist against the floor, he knows something's wrong.
It was a weird jolt. It wasn't like anything really. Like it was just, just like a step down and it just kind of buckled.
Yeah.
You could tell.
I wonder if it's just a bad sprain, which would certainly have him out sometime, but hopefully it's not something damage to the knee because Mike, you and I have been talking about we need some guys to kind of go out with some injuries, but not serious ones.
Not serious ones.
And definitely not Furphy. Furphy and Walker need as many minutes as we can possibly get them.
This season was really good for Furphy and being the starting lineup and getting that experience. It's so valuable. And if he's out for the season and has to rehab, it's going to be a long comeback for him.
And Matt, I don't know where you are, but Mike and I are kind of in the we're not really cheering for losses.
I know, I understand. Take to win. I got. I understand. Part of me is like, even if we got the top next year, still is not. I don't think it's going to be as exciting as it was last year. Because even if you add a rookie, it's going to take a while to bring them on. You know what I'm saying? I was really sad to see Ben go because I really thought he was a piece that could develop and become the starting guy, but that was just me, I guess.
Well, I think he just didn't quite fit with the Pacers, but he is definitely going to be a guy that we're playing down the road who's going to be a star for another team. Mike and I have been talking about this all year. There are very few players in the NBA who can score like he does.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's exciting. He's going to do well in LA.
If that's where he winds up. Like it might be a half season in LA. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. We'll see what happens with him, but
he's going to love Southern California. It's going to be a hard to walk away.
Yeah. You just never know with that Clippers franchise what they're doing. That's my point more than anything. You hope that he gets there, and it seems like kind of a perfect fit for him, but you just never know. Looks like they're going to make the playoffs, and he could be part of a playoff run out there. But that is what we're here to talk about, is the trade, Bennedict Mathurin for Ivica Zubac. And it isn't so much, Mike, that Mathurin, because we kind of figured, we've been talking about it all year, Mathurin, the way they were talking, the way they never once even brought up a contract extension, that he was not going to be a Pacer. The thing is the draft picks. And With a few days to think about it, Mike, did the Pacers do the right thing giving up this year's first-round draft pick if it's number 5 through number 9?
If it's 5 through 9, it's not good for the Pacers. Since the trade, they've lost 2 games, so they're going in the right direction to stay in that 1-4. So I'm going to be optimistic, and I hope it takes Zubac a while to really acclimate to the Pacers scheme. I hope he's slow and he needs to, get some cardio in to where he can run up and down the floor with Nemhard and McConnell and. So I'm hopeful, but again, like we talked the other day, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to come in, he's going to have an immediate impact. We got a couple games after the All-Star break that are definitely winnable. Got a big game against the Knicks coming up at Madison Square Garden. Zubac may even play in that game. So
I would assume he would.
But I hope he stays on paternity leave for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
He can get acclimated next year, right?
Absolutely. Why not?
I'm kind of in the mood that Siakam needs to take a break. I hate to waste him this year, but that's what it seems like. All the work that he puts, I mean, he's a beast. It just seems like he's rotting away this year. I feel like there needs something there would make me feel better about next year too and the future. If he could take a break. I'm not wishing any ill on him either.
Exactly. Let's hope it's a minor nagging injury.
Yes. Something that needs load management for sure.
Self-disclosed calf strain.
That's right. But, guys, the thing is, even if they're in the bottom 4 picks, it's still 50-50 whether or not they keep that pick. Because it's
I like the odds.
50% that you get the top 4 pick if you're number 1, if you're the worst record in the league. And it goes a little less than that if you're 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. But I just have a feeling this is the year. I've been watching Caleb Wilson. Oh, man, how much would he fit in perfectly? And man,
but he's going to be a 5 through 9 pick.
He's not going to be a 5 through 9 pick. There's a 0% chance Caleb Wilson, especially after yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched the Duke Carolina game.
Yeah.
He is insanely good.
Yeah, I did.
And Boozer, too. They're both insanely good.
Yeah, I like Boozer a lot.
There are 4 really elite guys. I see exactly what Pritchard's doing. He thinks that 1 through 4, those 4 guys are special. And then 5 through 20 are all about the same, and that's the way I've seen it. Fleming's is pretty good, and Ament isn't bad, but there are no franchise players after the first 4, and those first 4, I think, are like really special. Although, as Mike and I have been talking about, Darren Peterson at Kansas, he might just end up being not any good at all. He's got all the skills and just doesn't seem to care very much.
Yeah, that's the problem with him.
They keep comparing him to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, but there's no way those guys would ever sit out of a game because they're more concerned about their NBA careers. That's what was different about them.
Absolutely what was different about them.
You would have told Kobe Bryant that you were going to sit him out of a game even when he wasn't injured. He would have told you, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And now Darren Peterson sits himself out of games. I'm not sure that translates to the NBA.
So he's missed about 50% of his games this year.
And a couple other games he left at halftime because he had cramps or he had a twisted ankle or whatever. And I'm just saying the greats played through that stuff. And if you can't do that in college, that's why I'd have him at number 4. All right, Matt, let's tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you became a Pacers fan.
Grew up in Indiana, so it was easy to be a Pacers fan, that's for sure. But to be honest, actually, I grew up being a big, huge Larry Bird fan. Just watched watched a lot of basketball, but I really started off with Larry Bird, IU guys through the league as well. But grew up in really just northern Indiana, so kind of in that area where you could be a Pacer and a Bulls fan, or you had to decide either between Chicago and Indy. Stayed mostly towards Indianapolis though, most of the time. So Pacers, Reggie, big Reggie fan, which I'm still trying to find his house because supposedly he lives up next to me, but I'm trying to find him.
So you guys can become best friends?
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Yep. I've been in this area all my life, and I could go anywhere for college, but I decided to go where you went
That's right. We did.
because you were there.
Right. So Matt and I were in college together during the great Pacers years.
Oh yeah.
The finals year was, I believe, his senior year, so it was during that era. And he and I watched the 4-point play together on a double date with our now wives.
That's right. That's right.
And it didn't ruin our relationships at all, despite how angry everyone was on the way home.
Sounds
Especially
like
when
it forged your relationships for the rest of your life. That's the one good thing you could take from that play.
Yeah,
shared trauma. That's right.
that's true.
And you should have seen how angry Hermelina and Susie were. Oh,
Yeah.
they could not believe it.
That was a good test for a wife to be. I mean, to
That's right.
be that impacted by that play. I mean, that we still talk about today, and how much it impacted our feelings about the Knicks and Pacer rivalry.
That's right,
You
Matt.
all,
We had a podcast just a couple weeks ago called the Hate episode, and the plays we hated the most in Pacers history, and that was number one.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. That
yeah,
has.
that's up there.
The worst moment in Pacers history.
Hmm.
That year, that team was meant to win a championship, and then that happened.
Yep.
Mm. So, guys, what are you seeing positive? Big loss today. Mike, did you see anything positive? Jarris Walker continues to put the ball in the basket at least.
Jarris Walker is on a pretty good streak of double-figure games. Starting to see a lot of positive from him. Nemhard had a pretty good start, followed up by a pretty good fourth quarter against the Bucks. They made a pretty good comeback the other night against the Bucks, but I was just really kind of shocked with the Furphy injury, and really, really sad for him. And
That's the big one. That's the big story coming out of this one for sure.
yeah, and I mean, it went downhill from there. I mean, Toronto just put it on them. I don't think they could recover mentally. Maybe I don't know what it was, but they were in the game the first half. That third quarter was awful, and the fourth was not much better. So
Man, I'm looking at this schedule, guys. Matt, there are way too many winnable games down the stretch.
Well, one thing I have to say, this year their defense, not that they aren't trying necessarily. I just don't feel like the cohesion is there at all. So like, giving up a ton of points. I mean, everyone's kind of scoring a little bit here and there. Like it's just kind of very. If you look at a box score, it just looks everyone's got like 8 to 10 points, and then you got Siakam. But I mean, we're giving up ton. Like we get the Raptors. What was the final score? They had 100 and what 20.
22, one. Yeah.
I mean, we're just giving up. So even those winnable games, we have to outscore them, and that's where I don't see it. Even though they look winnable, I don't know if I really feel like they're winnable because we got to outscore them.
I don't know. Zubac is one of the best defensive players in the NBA. He was in the top 5. You put a great defensive center in there with Nemhard and Neesmith. It turned out to be a pretty good defense. I think
You can
that's.
see if it turns them on.
I mean, one of the questions that people started to ask is now does this become a defensive team rather than an offensive team?
Mm-hmm.
Because Zubac is that good defensively, and I tell you what, Neesmith can really play some defense.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think pairing him with Zubac is going to definitely make that a much better defense. And I'd love to see games under 100, and because we're playing better defense. And that was one of the highlights I thought of the first quarter. I thought they played pretty good defense in the first quarter, but they really didn't score very much either. But it was a good defensive start.
It's because the referees decided they were not going to blow their whistles at all. I was wondering if the referees' whistle worked for a while. Seriously, I don't think the whistle blew for the first 6 minutes of the game.
No, I don't think it did. That first quarter went quick, and a 20-21 quarter was